Almost exactly a year ago today, on October 1st, 2008, I was at Mayo Clinic in Rochester with my parents, one of the best facilities in the world. We had been sent there by a doctor here in the Twin Cities because he couldn't quite figure out what was wrong with me, and I had seen him several times over the previous year, and he had watched my symptoms change. First there was a twitch in my pointer finger on my right hand, and then a few months later that same finger would curl up and I wouldn't be able to straighten it. Soon I noticed that the muscle in my hand were shrinking and losing their strength. I couldn't turn the key in my apartment door without dropping them. What happened next is the difference between ALS and almost any other disease. When a doctor diagnoses a person with cancer, diabetes, heart disease, the next part of the conversation is what do we do about it? Whether it be surgery, chemotherapy, or maybe medication. When a person is diagnosed with ALS, the only thing a doctor can say is, "I'm sorry."
Mike was just 24 years old when he was diagnosed, and from that time we began taping conversations in which he talked about the disease.
First thing everybody asks is, "How are you doing?" You know, you can say fine, but there's a lot more to it than that.
It's a bigger question than just how are you
doing? The first question is, how are you doing? Fine. And then the second question is, how are you really doing? And that's a much longer conversation.
It's weird because it seems like it's like a whole different person.
It was only 6 months ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
When you see yourself 6 months ago talking about ALS and about your friends and about how you're dealing with it, what are you thinking when you see that now?
I think how lucky that guy was at the time.
Having watched the video we made, what's missing from that video in your story?
It's kind of sugar-coated a little bit. I mean, I don't think it really gets across what this disease will do to you.
Until all of a sudden you notice you can't do something anymore that you could do 2 months ago. It's kind of like that. It's like bigger steps. Like, I walked down my parents' driveway a month ago, and I tried to do it yesterday, and I couldn't do it.
And I think at the time I didn't really know either. Other than my voice, and now I'm about the one and everything in the way.
ALS is a progressive neurodegenerative disease that attacks motor neurons in the brain, spinal cord, and affects muscle function. Ultimately, accumulated loss of motor neurons makes it impossible for voluntary control of normal muscle function. Mike no longer does anything by himself. He has caretakers with him every day. Thanks to a computer that he can control with his eyes, Mike continues to fight in the only way that he can, by telling his story.
The first year I was able to give a speech. Ever since then, I haven't been able to do that, but I don't want to be able to compete again with everybody.
There's not anything I can do about it. I can't go take a shot or have a surgery or take a pill that's gonna do anything, which is the most frustrating part, because there could be. Without people like you, a world free of ALS is only a dream. For-profit pharmaceutical companies are hesitant to invest in ALS research because people die too fast and it would not be profitable for them to do so.
People need to donate. That is the only way that this disease is going to have any sort of hope. Without that, we're not able to do the research. I don't know. That's what we need.
To all my friends, thank you for making me feel normal. Thank you for treating me the same as anyone else when I so badly wanted to be like everyone else. I love all of you. Most importantly, thank you, Mom and Dad, not only for the countless hours you've put into this event, but for being such wonderful parents. I would be absolutely lost in life without your guidance, love, and support. I encourage everyone here to live the same way I do, one day at a time. You can never know how life is going to change tomorrow. Live today to the fullest and never lose hope. Thank all of you so much for coming.
Oh my God,